Welcome back. Last episode we checked all of the 2024 stuff, and we made the 2026 roadmap. So it's everything here. So we have different support and so on. Actually, there's this thing about having i3 68 and AMD 64 support, which would undo a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do about it. But the thing is that all of these roadmap points needs to be converted into tasks. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now, and then we are going to work on these tasks in different files. So let's see. Support. Okay, so two different images. This would be the first task. Use more Docker file. I mean, that's not a task, that's something that we're going to do. Selenium support, live, so custom live boot with live ID. This, I don't know, several desktop improvements, non-free-firmware by default. Do not ask for this. Add GNU to Rescatux, GNU guest agent to Rescatux. Then we also want to, okay, so live ID, we have already live ID in here, so no need to have it here. Blacklisting models, remove any blacklisting models. Work. April Fools, I don't know. This is a question. Fix EFI image. I'm not sure if I need to fix this. Probably. The thing about group 2 packages, I think it's going to be, we're going to find out this thing when we work with i386 and AMD 64 support and so on, okay? So the first task should be to have two different CD-ROMs, one for i386 and another one for AMD 64. This will allow us to have more stuff. So so maybe the first task should be undo whatever we no longer want in 2026. Maybe that's the thing that we want to be doing in the first place. So there should be a directory around here. Here it is. So Rescatux development nodes. So this is going to be Rescatux 2026. So this is number one. It's going to be undo unwanted 2024 changes. Okay. So this is undo unwanted 2024 changes. So introduction. We want to start more or less from scratch by just removing whatever we do not want to have in 2024. Whatever we don't want to have in 2020, and we add it in 2024. Okay. So in order to do so, we need to take a look at the changes that we did here. So this is the stuff that we did here. So we started. I mean, it's quite easy to see. We did 2021, and then we started 2024, and we did a lot of stuff. So we need to just list all of this and then remove whatever. So where the hell? So basically, if I take a look at this repo, so I just use the other terminal that I have here, and I just go in here, and I'm going to hit log everything from bookworm master. Wait, bookworm master? So everything from this version to the latest one, which I know it's bookworm. Yeah, let's just use the commit so that it's better. So add non-free-firmware messages, and the latest one should be the build support based on Docker. Okay. So maybe what I'm going to do is to I think I'm going to recreate all of these commits in another branch, and then I'm going to remove them. Just going to remove whatever I think. I mean, maybe I could do it manually instead of trying to recreate everything. So build based on Docker, that's something that we want to keep. We also want to why the hell is this is bookworm master? Maybe, yeah, because I didn't. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't went. Yeah, farther. Okay, so first of all, okay, 1 second. We update Rescatux repos for bookworm. We're going to keep that. Disable live build Linux support. That's right. Disable Rescat package for now. Rescatux mirror. Do not use this. Use this other thing. Custom whatever. Sanity. New way of dealing with 2 monitors. Okay. Build support based on Docker. What else did we do? Desktop init packages. Let me see. Rescatux extra scripts. Okay. a computer link to live build. Show actual. Enable live build Linux support, which means that we have added live build support to live build package, which maybe we have to update. I don't know. Make Rescatux no root, which we didn't need actually. Additional lb config. Additional lb config. Okay, so manual builder. Manual builder. No need to add this. Okay. Packages. Wait a minute, please. Okay, so extra packages for live build. Okay. Remove all configuration, add new ones, whatever. Make sure to delete Rescatux group theme. Yeah, packages, extra root packages, custom live build packages, add non-free-firmware packages. Wait, I think I want to keep everything. So I guess, yeah, this is the. Yeah, I want to keep everything. So that's a good piece of news that we want to keep this thing. So maybe. So so right now we are in bookworm non-free-firmware. So now we're going to be in bookworm. What's going to be this thing? So E386 support. E366 support. Okay. i3 build def 1. How the hell do we do this? Okay, let's just call this thing i364 support, and we will go from there. Okay, so basically, let me check. Basically, what we have here is make Rescatux. So make there's also this one here. So make Rescatux. It's going to be working. So look at that. It's hybrid is it's like CD-ROM USB hybrid. File extension is ISO. Yeah, it has this option regarding ISO hybrid because yeah. I mean, hybrid is CD-ROM and USB, isn't it? Yeah, here it is. So Linux flavors is AMD 64, AMD 64, and 666, and the Arch is this one here. And that's what we want to be changing in here. But now that I think about it, this would mean that we have to have two different directories. So okay, so result, nothing to undo. Okay, so the next thing we do regarding nodes, it's going to be i364 support. Okay, so let's work on this. We want to build Android images and AMD images so that it's easier to build. And I'm not sure if I'm going to implement CD-ROM, ISO, and USB image in another place because, yeah, I mean, actually, we could just drop the ISO. No, we don't want to drop the ISO. So, nodes, sound, support. We will see what we write down in here. So maybe I can open this on the top too so that we can take a look at it. And here on the bottom we were taking a look at make Rescatux. So yeah, so the first note is we probably need, so once we separate an E3 support, okay, let me concentrate. Once we separate i386 support and AMD 64 support, we might need to have two different build directories so that they link with different live build packages and different live boot packages. So, in other words, i3 Rescatux should be using live build packages and live boot. I'm not writing this thing right. Live build packages and live boot packages. So AMD 64 should be using the same platform, the same architecture packages. Okay. And doubts on different media. Maybe we should be building specific versions for USB and CD-ROM, not the same image for both of them. So this is something that I want to be checking right now. So in one place we have, what's the name? We have supergroup to disk. So if you take a look at the latest stable release, let's see what the hell do we have here. So I have USB bootable images which are EMG with inside zip so that it's easier to download it because this is much bigger than whatever is in here. Okay, so you have the new one that has secure boot support and the classic one that does not have secure boot support. And then you also have same stuff, which is the CD-ROM, which we know we don't have secure boot on CD-ROMs, or do we? Yeah, we don't have, apparently. The thing is that, as you can see, I have separated images, one for USB and another one for CD-ROM. And inside of them, we have the different arcs. So, if we take a look at Rescatux stable, which is an old version for 2021, version 0.74. Yeah, this is why the hell main changes. Okay, so this is a quick and dirty release because we changed the chat IRC support channels from Freenode to Libera. Yeah. So the thing is that if you take a look at here, this only has an ISO. It doesn't have an EMG so that you can put this into an USB. You have to be using whatever it is to put this ISO into an USB. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to have 4 of them. Yeah, because I don't want to be dealing with this stuff. So, how the hell do we do all of this? Because we had, I mean, let me check. Quick only rebuild binary. Oh, look at that. Quick only rebuild binary. Yeah, this is a way to rebuild Rescatux much quick. So let me check what the hell is in supergroup. Okay, so Rescatux repos, Rescatux, live build, SGD. So, okay, so here I have supergroup 2, so this is supposed to be updated and so on. So I want to take a look and see what the hell do we have here. So we have a lot of stuff. So how do you make a USB? How do you make this and that? There's this met thing. So the README should explain how to build this thing, isn't it? Install, check install in order to build, install, and release. So install should have whatever we are looking for, which is, I mean, actually there was a release, isn't it? So this is based on Docker, and this is the supergroup automatic builder, which uses this Docker file. In theory, we should be able to check the Docker. What the hell is Docker file? Okay, so automatic builder, it's what this is using. So R Mac, what the hell is R? Wait, this is Markdown? No, I'm not doing this right. This is Docker file. This, here it is. So what we have here is that we're going to prepare the build, we're going to clean and update, we're going to build everything, install everything, and then we are going to run supergroup official release. So that's what we want to be doing. We want to be doing a supergroup official release. So here you can see how the supergroup official release, it's going to make a meta mk rescue. Look at that, there's source code and so on, but it's going to be doing a meta mk rescue. So yeah, let's order this like this. So here you can see how running all of this is going to build an hybrid version and whatever, and whatever. So this seems to me what I'm looking for. So the thing is that with this system I am able to build different architectures in one go. The thing is that here I don't need any packages because maybe I already have them or whatever. But the thing is that I can the thing is that I can do everything in one go, and that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, so let's write it down. So objective, maybe it's not the right name, but so our target is have a meta build script that builds the different 4 builds. This should work thanks to Dockerfile. Thanks to Dockerfile. Okay. Maybe we should do this. Maybe a help may help us. Maybe use a make file in order to help us not to build the same stuff again and again. So let's enumerate the different builds and their file names. So let's take a look at what the hell we did with supergroup. So here we have something like this. So BC, CD. So we have the USB word, even if it doesn't matter if it's an USB or not, but we have that. Okay, so maybe the idea is to have something like Rescatux, and then So this was the old name, isn't it? Let me check real quick. Yeah, this was the old name. So this is old name for reference. And supergroup has this thing which is here. Okay. And we also have the PC, CD, and so on. So this is something that I want to enforce somehow. So we want something that feels nice to be using and that unveils everything that it's in here. So I think we want to start with the version. So it would be something like this. Then we have the architecture, which is something like this. And then we have the media, which is CD, which maybe we want to be doing like this. And here we do exactly the same thing, but this is USB, even if it's media and does something like that. I'm not doing this right. So this is AMD 64 and AMD 64. So the idea is that you can put something like this. So we have the AMD 64 USB and the other one, and then you have the same thing for the ISOs. So this would be the way that I think that this should be named. So before going on, I want to take a look at, Debian, Live, whatever. Debian Live. Okay. Yeah, give me English, please. Debian Live official. These are the official images. Yeah, maybe I want the official ones. Yeah, look at that. Here it says Debian-Live, the version, and then AMD64, and then .iso. So maybe I should be removing this thing about, by the way, if this is USB, this should be .emgzip. And what we are thinking about doing right now is just doing like this. So you know that it goes with CD or not. It depends on this. So if this is an EMG, it goes with an image. Otherwise, but if you are in Windows, you want to take a look and see so it's CD. But so right now, this doesn't work with CD. But I mean, this should be optical instead of DVD. Maybe just keep the non-ISO like this, and the other one is EMG. The other one is for USB. So yeah. So for now, we're going to be using these file names. Okay, so we need a way to build all of this in one go and in such a way that we can have maybe different directories for different stuff that we're going to be using or something like that. So maybe the live build stuff needs to be different than the other one. I don't know. I don't know. Because we are supposed to be having, you know, Docker files and so on. So that's something that we need to think a lot to see if it makes sense or not. So let's focus on building E360C ISO. So maybe the first thing to do is to just build i380C ISO to see. So let's have a make Rescatux i386 iso.hi file and so on. And let's have it later on make rescatux.sh, which I think, yeah, will be a wrapper to build, make to run and the other builds. Okay. Probably thanks to a make file and Docker file with different build directories. Okay, so this is what we want to be focusing on in this nice build. So right now we should be in i368 support dev. So for now we're just going to copy make Rescatux. Okay, so make Rescatux and source code. Look at that. So for each one of the builds we need the source code. So yeah. So something along the lines, where the hell is this? So in the README, I think there's something how the hell you're supposed to be building all of this. So look at that. So make Rescatux, whatever. And wait a moment, please. Okay, so what we were saying, here's the release explanation. So the release explanation is, no, it's not the release. Yeah, I think maybe in development, development file explains how you're supposed to be development. So here there is Rescatux release instructions. Install.md release build instructions. Okay. Oh my god. Install. Wait a second. We have ended with supergroup 2. So install.me. So this should have a release build. And it's what we were mentioning before. Probably Docker release build instructions. Yeah, so probably this one here. So let's focus on this. So, wait a moment. Yeah, I mean, these tags are from supergroup 2, but actually this is for Rescatux. So, we have the automatic builder. Seriously? Do we have an automatic builder here? Maybe I just copy and paste this from... So for now we don't have an automatic builder, but we have a manual builder. So we managed to do a manual builder here. So this is i386, Debian 12, and so on. And you can see how what we do in here is all of this so that we can later on okay, so 10 more minutes we end the stream. So what we have right now is a manual build. So we managed to do everything into this Docker file. Let me just highlight everything. So we managed to put everything in here so that we can build in our i386 Debian 12 stuff. So I think that we need different Docker files. So let's let's have a make. Let's have a. Is this actually needed? Yes, because I want to be doing everything in Docker files. So we want to be using less. I mean, you can actually. You're supposed. You can put the arc as an argument for a Docker file, I think. I'm not sure, but I think you can do it. So let's have a manual builder i386 ISO Docker file, because we might need different environments for, maybe not. We will see. We will see if we need more of those. Yeah, so the idea is very clear. So we want to be having different Docker files and so on. So make source code aux. Yeah. So we may have different versions for this stuff also. So I think we might have different versions for this. Let's have a make source code aux i386 iso.sh, and I guess that we should be using also we should be having make Rescatux and source code, because so this one here we should also be like that. So this is the idea. So image and ISO, and then you just build a zip, and yeah, and you are good to go. I'm not sure if we need anything else. So make common. It has arch hard coded. So make common also should be something that it needs to be. Okay, so maybe we should go here in Rescatux, so not do a recursive grab, but you know, a local grab, and ask for E366 and see what comes out from here. So install.md, which we need to improve so that it reflects Rescatux. So you can see here how make common, we have already have this. Make Rescatux no th root, we are not using that. Make Rescatux quickness squash fs, we are not using that. We are not using this, we are not using this. So we have the make Rescatux and the manual builder Docker file. README, yeah, README should also be. This is the non-free-firmware stuff. Okay, and I think we are done. So, yeah, so we need a lot of stuff. So the idea is that we can, you know, you can have a wrapper that just convert this, that just uses this. So we probably want a make Rescatux meta with i386 argument, and that calls all of the above in the with a platform argument with value. So e.g. i386 ISO that calls all of the above. We probably may want this script with a platform argument that calls all of the above. Then just calls this meta script with ISO as an argument. Yeah, so we need to make Rescatux platform. Yeah, I mean, later on, make rescatux.sh will be a wrapper. Okay, so this is what we think we should be doing with all of this, you know. So, first of all, we have a Docker file so that we are just building for this i386 space. We start from scratch. This is an empty container and so on. Then we you know, then we try to build everything on the source code. I mean, the problem that they have here is that this thing here so make Rescatux on source code. Already calls, damn it, make Rescatux on source code. Let me check it. Okay, maybe we can have a build. Maybe we can have a build argument, something that builds everything in one script instead of having so many scripts. I don't know. Yeah. Because I thought that this was I think that this was you know, calling to make Rescatux, but that's not the case. So the release is about running this thing and then make source code and whatever else. So we need to yeah, I need to think through this thing. So think about giving all of these scripts that do almost the same thing to an LLM and also explain to them the arc media type, a new new requirements. Think about giving all of these scripts that do almost the same thing to an LLM and also explain to them the ARC media type new requirements. Maybe the LLM can put everything into a single script with switches and maybe bash includes, similar to how live build works. Because yeah, right now if you take a look at all of this, it's very messy. You know, you have a lot of scripts here, you don't know why they are useful for, and so on. And maybe with only one script that has this help thing, you should be good enough. Maybe like Rescatux common packages. Why is this script? It should be something else .com for whatever, but no, it's script here. Maybe we can move around everything here and yeah, secure boot binaries probably. And these are the live build packages and the live build packages. So we need to rethink all of this so that we have the AMD 64 and so on. So let's write it down. Let's have live boot packages i364 ISO linked to whatever it's called in here, to live boot. I mean, live boot release. So a live boot release i366 ISO. So live live boot. Yeah. So ISO, this is going to be image, or is it USB? What the hell do you want? No, it's ISO USB. I don't know what to put in here. Yeah, file types. Yeah, so ESB should be like this, and the same thing we're going to do in here. So this is like to do live boot and to do live build. So this needs to have these files in here. Damn it. So let me show you. Wait a minute. So this is new directories. So live boot release, I think that the other one is live build release, if I'm not mistaken. Live build release, unless we do this inside of the Docker file, but live build release, yeah, that's right. So So it's like the new directories for live build, it's going to be the same thing, but instead of live boot, this is going to be live build, and like this. Okay, so so we're going to copy and paste everything here. Yeah, do the same thing, and we're going to end the stream because otherwise it's going to take too long. So this is the idea. So this is the first approach without doing anything. Okay. This is the first approach, which is, let's try to add this thing everywhere, okay, so that we can build one of those, and it has their own directories, which we can work on them, and so maybe we have like live build bits. So quick idea. Live build builds. No. Live boot packages. i366 ISO. Link it to and this thing here. That way we don't have so many directories in here. So we have live boot packages and we have live build packages, and they link to whatever, and it's much easier. So that needs to be rethought. Yeah, so all of this needs to be rethought the next day. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.